Hello everybody and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Mosby. Thanks for joining us for Second Chance Sunday. You're getting used to this by now, hopefully. It is our weekly roundup of the best deals across the week. It might be deals from Cartload, it might be brand new launches, and this week we have got a stellar lineup for you. So if you've missed out on anything, hopefully you're going to find it in this week's top 10. So let's get started. This week's number 10, we get all glittery and holographic-y on you. Yes, we go back to Thursday for Cartload. A brilliant show, actually, if you saw it. All price drops and lots of other deals thrown in for good measure as well. And we threw in the washi tape. This is something I feel like we brought back here at Crafters TV when I first started off in this crazy world of craft all those years ago. Washi tape was all the rage and it seemed to sort of disappear a little bit really, but we've certainly brought it back with a bang and with a real difference. You're going to get two sets of washi tape. This one, first of all, is that stunning holographic. So 5 colours here. And the reason you guys have loved this, of course, is that you've got those fantastic colours, but also the play of light. When the light hits the washi, you get that holographic effect, which just looks absolutely brilliant. 5 rolls, and you're getting 10 meters of each colour, which is incredible. So you're getting 50 meters in that pack there. And then my favourite, look at that. Everything that you love about our glitter, but in washi tape form, all these fantastic colours, and once again, you're going to be receiving 10 meters of each of those rolls. The price is incredible. Same price, of course, that we did on Thursday. We repeat in this show for you, so it is a case of if you did miss out on the show, you didn't pick it up, you can still grab it for the same price. So just £18 or $23 is the price on that, and that is this week's number 10. This week's number 9 is another deal from Cartload. Fantastic show with Leanne on Thursday. And you kind of knew with Leanne being on the show that you would have this particular bundle in because she is obviously a big fan of the Colorista range that we do. The Colorista pens are absolutely brilliant. Obviously, you've got our Spectra Noir pens, things like the Illustrators, the Classics, all those. But these are a great range to sit, I think, just behind that. Maybe you are looking for a set of pens which is going to, give you a professional finish. But, maybe you want to share them with the kids. Maybe you want to share them with the grandkids as well. The Colorista range are absolutely brilliant for doing that. And actually, with Easter very much on the horizon, and I know I keep going on about this, if you're looking perhaps to get the kids or the grandkids something different this year, rather than, boxes upon boxes of Easter eggs, then this might be the bundle for you because it's a lovely set of different pens from the Colorista range. And the price is absolutely incredible. It's £21 or $31. And what you get within this set is a selection of the different style of pens. So you're going to get paint markers. You're actually getting 2 sets of these. This first set here is a lovely set of decorative metallics. So you're going to get the 8 colours within this set, so reds and greens and blues. You've got your 3mm bullet nib on here as well, and these are water-based too. But alongside that, you'll also get the bolds as well. So you're getting all of your primary colours within that set. And again, the great thing about these paint markers is that it will pretty much take down onto whatever the surface is, obviously onto your paper, onto your card, but if you are using these with the kids, they like to do things like the stone art. Maybe you want to colour onto ceramics, all those kind of things. These are absolutely perfect for doing that as well. But that's not all within this bundle. We're going to give you a set of our fine line pens too, again across 8 different colours. These are the Vivid Expressions with the 0.4mm nib on those, but not just pens within this set. No, we're going to give you a whole host of the pencils as well. Within each of these sets, you're getting 12 pencils. These have got that 2.6mm core, and these are waxed based as well. So a great opportunity again, particularly for the little ones, to have a go with wax-based pencils. Have fun with these, mix and match them around because you've got your floral sensations here in 12 colours. You've then got your vivid brights in here, so the bright and vivid. If I flip that around again, you can see all of the different colours that you're going to be receiving within this set. Then you've got your natural landscapes, so more of your greens and your browns in there. Got some blues in there too. And then you've also got your perfect portrait. So thinking more of your like peaches and pinks in here. If you want to do like skin tones and hair colours, you've got all the pencils in there to be able to do that as well. So essentially, you're getting a 48 pencil set. We're throwing in 8 of your fine liners, then 16 paint markers as well, all for that brilliant price of just £21 or $31, your Colorista mega bundle. And that is this week's number 9. This week at number 8, we go back to Thursday for our masterclass. Debbie and I had a lot of fun, actually. It was all things mixed media. So we managed to get in the Zen Garden complete collection, had a bit of a play with that. And here is Debbie showing you how to get the very best out of that collection.
So we're going to play with all the Zen Garden items, and I say all of them. There is a lot in there, but please don't be overwhelmed by all the different mediums that are in there, because we can easily break it down for you. And that's exactly what I'm going to do in this demo. I'm going to break them down into parts and then build them all up to create a beautiful card. So literally, that's how I want you to look at these mediums. Don't think, oh my goodness, how do you mix this glitter paste with that glitter paste, with the glitter, with the glue, with the paint pads? Just sit, get them out, play with them and build layers. It's just, all you're doing is crossing over between mediums. So with that said, the first thing I'm going to do is grab the glitter paste, and I've gone with the Water Lily glitter paste. There are 2 glitter pastes in this bundle. You've got the chunky and the non-chunky, shall we call it?
Yeah.
And I've taken a black strip of cardstock. This measures at 2 inches by 7. Oh, was that 2.5? Let me just make sure. Yes, 2.5, sorry, by 7. And I've chosen a stencil from our range. It's from the Stylish Trio set that some of you may have, or you could have a little look on the website. But it's just to get yourself how you're going to use these kind of items together. And I wanted, with the glitter paste, I wanted it to go through one of the stencils. So I've already pre-squirted some of our stick and spray, which is the repositional spray, just to hold it down onto the top of the cardstock. So, in fact, let me just, there we go, that'll do. And I've got our multimedia mat. So let's just go on in. First off, peel back the sealant, is that the right word for that?
The seal, yeah.
Yeah, the seal. You can see ours is being tipped up because I've literally stored it like that, which is why it is all literally at the bottom of the tub. Just try and keep it nice and flat. So all I'm going to do, I've taken a angled palette knife.
Yep.
And again, we do all of these, and all I'm doing is taking that across. The reason I want to get this down is because it does take a bit of time to dry when you're drying that off. So I thought I'd get this started and then we can build up the rest of the layers as we go along. So again, I'm just going to, it's like scraping your butter on your toast. The age-old debate here is, how much butter do you have on your toast?
Lots.
Yes, but you know what? I would prefer to get a lot down rather than be skinny with it, because we can always, I mean, obviously we've used this pot a lot because we're nearly out of it, but you will get a fair few out of that. And again, just want to make sure.
Every time my dad used to have, used to live at home, used to have his butter and toast in the morning, my mum would always say, oh, want a bit of toast with your butter?
Oh.
The classic gag every single time. Bit of toast with your butter.
Right, there we go. So I'm just going to pop that back into the pot, and then we'll peel this back off. So just peeling it back off, and you'll see just how gorgeous that looks. Now, I'm going to, the excess there, I will just, let me just lift this off without getting my fingers in it, because I know what I'm like. So let me use my poker tool, and I'm just going to leave that to dry. We can speed that drying process up, which is what we might need to do. But for now, I'm just going to put it to one side to dry. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape using the knife and off there as well to get that excess off. Don't be wasting that.
Yeah.
Scrape the excess off. There's quite a lot on there. And put that back into your pot.
Are we recommending that you need to get this mixed media mat as well for best results? Or
I think so, yeah. I think, having and you can see my mat, and it is my mat. It's the one that I use all the time when I'm here. Literally, and you can see, look at that, it's even, you can even get that little bit off. and scrape that back into there. I'm just going to put that in a bath of water just for the time being, along with my knife, and I'll clean that in a second. But this bit, in fact, I'll just grab, I did have some wipes. What did I do with them? Oops. Never the mind. Let's just put that there for a second. I'll just give it a little clean. And we'll move that out of the way, because what we're going to do next is we're going to use another medium.
Okay.
So I'm going to bring in, I've got a couple of bits of watercolour cardstock, because the mediums that I'm going to use the spray.
Yeah.
I'm going to use, I think I'll use the Duet ink pad.
Oh, yeah.
And I might use the maple one as well. Oh, maybe use the aqua pen. Oh, that's a lot of mediums to cross over with, but we're just going to create a little bit of a background. Now, I think I might bring out, tell you what I'll do. I've got to do the water-based one first, and I think I might bring my craft mat, which I did bring out. There it is, because I want a bit of a different effect with this one rather than the glass mat. So I'm going to pop my craft mat just onto my glass mat. Craft mat, glass mat, I'm getting all my mats mixed up here.
Sorry, mats.
But I'm going to drop down onto the mat some of that beautiful Duet ink pad. I'm going to get quite a nice bit down onto there. I've got my spritzer, so I'm going to spritz, because I want to create a nice little bit of what we call the smooshing technique.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to smoosh. Ooh, smooshy smoosh. And we're just going to build up layers and layers of colour. And I have got another secondary one on there, so again, I'll just come in with a little bit more just down there, spritz it. There we go. And you can see on a craft mat, it kind of bubbles rather than pool is the word I'm looking for there. And I'm going in with this one as well, because I am going to do the inside as well as the outside. Look at me being ambitious with my project. And so we're just going to literally dab all of that up, give it a quick blast. I don't mind that the two different looks there, that's absolutely fine, because we are going to layer up some more colour onto the top. So the thing that I'm just going to do is dry off in between each stage. That way it stops it from kind of pooling and puddling and going a little bit mucky, dirty.
Yeah.
It keeps it nice and fresh, the colour's fresh, and again, two different looks with the same ink, same cardstock, but just because one was more of a first ink and a secondary ink, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
A secondary piece.
First gen, second gen.
Yeah, a little bit like that, yeah, absolutely. So I'm done with that one. So that was the Duet ink pad.
LDD's just asking, do you just spritz with water or something else?
Water.
Right.
Just got on water. This is water in a spritzer in a Spectrum R one. We do have a big bottle, but unfortunately the big bottle dropped under the counter earlier on, and unfortunately I can't get it. So, oops. Oh no, look what I've done. Oh, I got away with that. I went and threw my pen. What am I like? Oh, honestly. Right, let's build up a little bit more colour. So I think I might have a little bit of the green. So a little bit of the green onto there, and it's literally just a quick squiggle. Let's get the spritzer out again. And pool some of that colour, and then, oh, yes.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, I like these two colours together.
Yeah.
This is nice. And again, it's just a little bit of a smooshing.
Little smoosh.
A smoosh. And again, I'll just pop a little bit down onto there and spritz again for my secondary piece. And let's go in. Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes. This is what we're talking about. I love doing things like this. And this is now crossed over onto a different ink pad, but let's try. Oh, liking the looks of these already, Ben. So let's just come in.
And it's essential you get that drying in between each application,
yes.
yeah?
Try and get that dried, because if you put wet on wet, then it starts to get a bit puddly. Puddly?
Yeah, puddly.
Yeah, it's a good word, isn't it? Yeah, we'll go with that one. And I'm just going to quickly dry off these stages in between each layer. Now I could add, and in fact I am going to add a little bit more, because I do like the two colours. I'm going to push it with a third, and I'm going to mix it up with the spray this time, not the maple, the Japanese maple. I'm going to mix it up with the cherry blossom spray.
Okay.
So let me just give that a little bit of a, there we go. Don't worry about that curling process, it's natural and normal, so just turn it over to flatten it out. You can flatten it out with your hands as well, but if you just want to get that, and of course you do pick up secondary bits of blobs, I was going to say then, that's
Second
the
few bits
wrong
of
word.
blobs.
You know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah, I know
You know
exactly
what I
what you
mean.
mean. Yeah.
And I'll just, again, just speed that little bit up. Let me just take off that excess ink. Now, with the spray, I've got a little bit of ball bearing in there, and you could just drop some sprays down, but I want it a little bit more controlled.
Right.
So I'm going to drop a bit into there. Ooh, do I? Shall I?
Do it.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
oh yes. Oh. And this is the thing. Just have a... Oh.
That's really cool.
Do you know, I'm really loving. And this is me literally just play. This is not what I was setting out to do.
No.
I told Nicola something completely different.
Well, that's what this is all about, isn't it? Mixed media.
It
Maybe start
is.
with a plan, but then go off on a tangent if you want.
Absolutely. I'm loving those backgrounds. Absolutely loving those backgrounds. And the shimmer on them, because obviously in this one, you have got that lovely, beautiful, magical mica pigment in there that offers something completely different. So I'm just going to quickly dry off these two pieces. And do you know, this was going on the inside and I want it on the outside now, looking at it. But I actually love this as well. And we'll add a little bit more to it in a second. But I'll tell you what I'll do. Speed it up, Debbie, speed it up.
I love the fact that it looks so arty, but actually it's been very organically created.
Yeah, that's the lovely thing. And how many have we used so far? 1, 2, 3, 4. We've used four different mediums.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, we've got this piece as well. So I'll pick that up in a second because I think I might need to speed that process up as well with the drying stage. So let's just make sure all of that is nice and dry. Oh, I am loving this. I'm not going to lie. This is the thing. Just dab off any excess. Look at the shine.
Tremendous, that.
Loving both of those. Look at that. Creating your own textured paper is absolutely stunning. Do you know, I could even go as far as literally spritzing some water just over the top. Again, just to lift a little bit of the colour. Splash the water down. Flicking techniques.
Yeah.
So, yeah, absolutely. Let's just take off, because I think I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to move those to one side, dry it off my mat again, bring in the piece. Now, I know it's still wet, so I am going to just quickly, if you think about glitter pastes, their texture to them. So it's not touch dry yet, but we can speed that process up.
Okay.
And that's exactly what I'm just going to do
Is
here.
it better to leave it dry naturally if you can?
I do leave mine to dry naturally, only because I'm heavy-handed and I know what I'm like. And when I stick over the top, what I tend to doing is I tend to not move it around, not waft it, and then I can end up burning, because if you keep the heat over it for and I don't mean like setting it alight or anything like that. What I mean is you can singe it a little bit.
Yeah.
So, but I just want to get it to the stage where I can actually stick that down, because that's going to go strip down into the middle of my project. I do have a green one. I did one with the chunky green, and I'll lay them side by side so you can see the difference between the two. Yeah, we'll do that, but I'll just give that another little blast. There we go. Yeah, I think that's... I mean, look how quickly that took. I wouldn't have done that if I'd have done that and left that natural, because I would have put my fingerprints straight in there.
Yeah.
So I'll just give that another little quick waft around.
Yeah.
So you can speed up the process. You can speed that process up. Let me just put that down there for a second. So that was the one in the pink fine glitter. That was the one in the chunky glitter. And if I just hold them up straight by straight, so you can see them side by side, two beautiful strips there.
Yeah.
Really beautiful. And ready to go on to my project. So let's just move that out of the way. I have got a card base. And I've already done it's 5.5 by 7.5, and I'd already chopped these down. So I know that that one is my middle piece in the centre. So I'll give that a nice, let's get that stuck down. And I'll use my all-purpose glue to stick that down. It'll give it an extra layer of rigidity and stick it really well into there. So that's the inside of the card taken care of. And then on the outside, we're going to pop this panel down. So again, I'm just going to give that a little There we go, just to drop that on. That looks lovely, doesn't it? Even for a background piece. Looks absolutely fabulous. And this is what I talk about with the layering. Don't be put off by the term mixed media. It's just you mixing mediums to create. There we go. I'll just pop that on. And that's the background. I'm just gonna, Debbie's just got a little bit of a splodge of glue just out there, but I think I can get away with that. Now, I've already pre-stamped this. So I pre-stamped it and I actually just splashed a little bit of the ink. And I'm just going to literally, I think I'm going to bring in that one. And bring my ink pad just to go around the edge.
Yep.
I think what would look nice is taking a little bit of tacky glue, going around the edge with your gilding flakes.
Oh, that would be lovely.
And creating a frame with the gilding flakes. I'm just doing it with the ink, but just to take off that stark white.
Got those pretty pink ones in this kit, which is lovely.
Now we've got a debate
colour.
going off here now, Ben, look.
Got what?
Do we have the pink?
Ooh.
Because that's going to go over the top. And I have got a couple of flowers which I have coloured in using the maple, Japanese maple, and there's just to add on to there. Do we use the pink or do we use the green? Now the green, I've missed off the bottom bit, so I might...
Pink.
There we go. Being spoken. Now it's still a little bit on the damp side. However, don't be put off by that. All I'm just going to do is I'm going to pop some foam pads onto there just to give that little natural lift.
Yeah.
And then we'll add the rest of the elements together. See if I can. That one on that side. There we go. And then I'm going to take all of those off.
Okay.
There we go, and I'll add a few other, we've got quite a lot in that. I mean, that Zen Garden collection is absolutely beautiful in the terms of all the different things in there, from sequins to inks to sprays, glitter pastes. I think I'll come this side. Almost feel like I don't want to cover that side.
Yeah, left-hand side.
Left-hand side, should we go a bit different? Let's go a bit different. There we go, let's add that down. I'm going to put some foam pads just onto the back of here as well. So I'll lift my foam pads. Might have to double layer one of my foam pads because obviously I've lifted the panel. So let's have a look when we put that on. That side. I'll put a double one just going across the two there. It'll give me that extra lift. Yeah. Oh no, it'll be this one, it needs to go up, the single one. Thank you, Jamie, for saving my bacon then. I nearly put that on the wrong one. So we'll just pop that down onto, shall we go top? Yeah, we'll go top. And then, oh, chunky glue. Let's grab the old chunky glue out. And I'll just scoop a little bit. And do you know what I'm going to put on there? I'm just going to add a bit of glitter glue onto the, oh, now then. That one.
Yeah.
Shall we go down here with this one? Yes. Oh, shall we go there? Oh.
Perfect.
Perfect, we'll go there. Yeah, absolutely. So let's pop a little bit of that onto there. I'm just going to grab a little bit of the glitter glue as well. Let's pop that onto there. And I'm just going to, let me just get a little bit. I'm just going to drop a little. And do you know what I'm going to drop? I'm going to drop a couple just onto my petals. Let's just drop a little bit onto there.
Yeah.
And
perfect.
Step away.
That's it.
Step away, Debbie, step away. Oh, and how many things have we used on there from
Lots.
the Zen Garden collection? And this is the kind of thing, it's just about having a little play with all of those mediums and bringing them all together. Seriously, beautiful collection. And I know that you can recreate something like that. And honestly, don't be afraid of that term mixed media. It is just literally mixing your mediums.
This week at number 7 we have our mixed media technique goodie bag. Now, this goes back to Thursday, where Debbie and I were doing a masterclass. It was really good fun, actually, because we had all the different mixed media techniques, and you guys were coming in with the questions as well. And this bag is absolutely brilliant, because for £20 or $30, you are getting a whole host of goodies in here that you'll be using alongside your mixed media items, things like your sprays, things like your glitter paste and your inks. Stencils, of course, you need to have, and we have done those in abundance in this bag for you. I know these are obviously Halloween stencils. However, newsflash, Halloween is coming back for 2025. 31st of October. These are £10 each, right? So you can see already the first two sets that I'm going to show you is the value of your bag, and you get 3 stencils within each of the packs, which is absolutely brilliant. 8.5 by 8.5 is the largest stencil. In this case, you've got loads of spooky bats on there, and then the border stencil that you've got is more bats, and then you've got your little icon there as well, which is the bat flying across that crescent moon. So you get 3 stencils within each pack. You're also going to get the trick or treat. So this was from the same collection, actually, and it's the same again here. You get your large 8.5 by 8.5 stencil, you've got your border stencil, and then you've also got your icon in there too. And once again, nice and spooky here in the fact that you've got your little pumpkins in the spooky hats, and you've got spiders and spiders' webs in there too. So 6 stencils, and effectively that's the value of your bag already, but there's tons more in here, which is lovely. The raindrop swirls, one happened until probably a couple of weeks ago. I'd never seen before here on Crafters TV, but again, it's that same sort of breakdown in the fact that you've got your large stencil and then 2 smaller stencils to go with. This is fantastic because it does look like raindrops. You could use it with like your Enchanted Ocean collection, that kind of thing, but you've got your main background, you've got your border, and then you've got a cute floral to go with that as well. Again, run your glitter paste through here, spray through here, just have a lot of fun with this. That's what mixed media is all about, and that's why we've jam-packed this bag full of stencils. But there's tons and tons in here. So you've got every day as far as stencils are concerned, Halloween, and then Christmas as well. There's actually 2 stencil sets in here for Christmas. These are all the same size. So there's 3 in the pack, 7.5 by 7.5. And what you get in this set is the beautiful Christmas tree. You've got that sort of snowy day landscape, if you like, and then you've got this snowflake as well. So those 3 are included. And then from that same collection, we give you the cozy Christmas. And again, 3 7.5 by 7.5 stencils in here. And this is super cute. Again, real sort of focal points for a project, making it really nice and easy for you to try mixed media out and kind of make a whole card with it as you go. Because if you think about this, you know, if you just want to have that beautiful Christmas bell on the front of your project, bit of matting and layering, adding the sentiment, you know, you've created a really lovely project. But you've got the 3 sentiments or stencils, I should say, in that set. I mean, already we've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 stencils, and there's tons more in here. 3 more smaller stencils. Again, every day these ones, your contemporary florals. So 3 lovely designs. Those are 5 by 5 in size. Then in this set, you've got your Lost in the Music stamp, which is from Sheena's Day of the Dead collection. So you can obviously try your colouring with that. Then you're going to receive embossing folders in here too. So again, something which we've covered off. You can take things like your ink pads to these. Obviously on Thursday in that show, we had the Pebeo gilding waxes as well. It's really nice, done in black with the gilding wax on top. These are the partial embossing folders as well. So you've got that beautiful 3D cupcake design, and then you've got this space down here, of course, where you can pop in your own sentiment. So you can be really, really bespoke with that. And you get a second of those from this collection. I can't believe this bag. It's incredible, isn't it? You're going to get the champagne bottle, and then you can choose the sentiment that you pop down the bottom there. Obviously, we have popped in Celebrate. But there's even more in this bag, because you're then going to get this beautiful Flora Meadow 2D embossing folder. This is from our illustrated embossing folder collection. It's got all of those beautiful wildflowers on there. Again, create your own inky backgrounds with this, emboss that beautiful design onto it. And then last, but by certainly no means least, we give you a beautiful die set. This is from the Sheena In the Frame Bold Florals collection. You've got this really lovely sized Art Nouveau frame, and then you've got a whole host of sentiments that go with as well. The frame is about 4 by 6. and then you've got these sentiments. So you've got so, hello, you, thankful, thinking, and of. So you can create your own little message to go within that frame. That, I think you'll agree, is an absolutely mammoth bag. Value for money wise, incredible. And if you have picked up any of the deals this week when it comes to the sprays or the glitter paste or the gilding waxes, you will need items like this to use alongside them. So why not pick this up? A brilliant deal. Our mixed media technique goodie bag, £20 or £30, and that is this week's number 7. Back to Friday for this week's number 6, and we go back in time to the age of elegance. See what I did there? You think I just throw this together, don't you? It's a 16-piece select. I do. It's a 16-piece selection that you're getting here for £45 or £59. Take a look at some of the cards. Again, this is one of those collections that I do remember launching. You know me, I'm a bear of very few brains. I do remember launching this, but I feel like we've not seen it in so long, and it is an absolutely beautiful set. I'm surprised that we've got as many pieces of this collection left that we do to be able to put together a 16-piece set. But if you like that kind of Pride and Prejudice sort of look and feel, if you love, you know, things like Bridgerton, for example, then this is a set that you've, well, potentially already got, but if you haven't, why not, is what I would say to you, and what an opportunity to be able to pick this up today. The majority of what we had when we launched within this set, just without the paper pads really, although saying that, you will get the beautiful linen card to go with this. So just a few examples of some of the cards and some of the things you'll be able to make with this set, and just to show you what you get in your 16-piece collection. So yes, not the paper pads, but you will get the linen cardstock and some really beautiful colours within this collection. 24 pieces you're going to get in here, and you're getting 8 different colours, 3 sheets of each. Now, alongside that, I would say it is the majority, if not all, of the hardware that we have when we launched. And there's some incredible, incredible dies in here. That beautiful Manor House, which is your creator card die, is the first item that you are going to be receiving. You've also got stunning dies like this beautiful parasol. There's fans in here as well. And again, that oriental fan, the level of detail that you are going to be able to achieve is just phenomenal. Really handy dies in here as well, like this vintage frame. When you think about all of the different sort of vintage collections that we've done through the years, Sarah's signature collections, think like the vintage butterflies, think like the vintage diaries, all those sort of collections. This is a frame which is going to be able to be used across all of those collections. Just a really handy set to have, not just for use with this collection, but with many more. So that's one you'll be using time and time again. When you think about going back to the age of elegance, obviously you think about the feather pen and inkwell. It's what I used to use when I was at school. But that's included in stamp and die form. This set's really lovely as well. So this set here allows you to be able to stamp out your own little love note, I suppose. You've got flowers, the little wax seal in there as well. But what's super cute is that you've got the die here to be able to cut out your envelope. So you can use your linen cardstock at this point, of course, but then you've got a cut here, which allows you to slot in your own little note in there. So, you know, we've obviously got the stamp that you can stamp onto it, but if you want to pop your own little note or message into there, obviously you can do that. But you've got all the dies to be able to cut out those beautiful stamps. Next up, an embossing folder, this Secret Garden, and again, will work so nicely with this collection, of course, but a real nice scene-setting embossing folder that I would imagine you'll be able to use across a whole host of different projects. As far as embossing folders go, you've then got this Regency pattern, so just beautiful once again. Stunning 2D design on that, whether you're going to use that with your colours as you're seeing here on your white cardstock, or again, getting your matte black cardstock out and maybe popping some of your beautiful gilding waxes over the top. That would look absolutely incredible. And then we have got the couple in love. Can you see the value building up here? It's absolutely immense value for money. So you've got the 2 characters there, the couple in love, which you can colour in and then die cut out with the die provided. Talking of frames, again, take a look at that. Just such a handy frame. And again, this is almost like a complete card front, if you like, isn't it? If you cut it all out like you're seeing here, just using all of the florals there as well to create that beautiful bouquet, and then maybe popping in a little sentiment, you've created yourself a really lovely, stunning vintage topper for your projects. But that is not all, because I know it's crazy this, we're going to give you the beautiful arch and topiary urn, so all of those beautiful stamps there that you can then cut out with the dies provided. If you do just want to be able to stamp those straight onto your project, of course you can do that as well. Then you've got your ornate bookmark. So once again, beautiful detail in there, could be used as a little tag as well. Of course, you've got like the hole there as well, pre-cut, ready to go. Lost in a Book, which is that beautiful book die with all of the pages that you can obviously multi-cut. You've got the little pennant there. You've got the quill, once again, hearts and little sentiments to go with that. You've then got... This is the collection that never ends. You've then got your elegant ladies, so all done again in beautiful stamp form, just waiting for you to colour. And to finish it all off, feathers. You're going to get you're going to get a bag of feathers to go with as well. Just a nice way to be able to embellish and finish off your project. I can't believe I'm saying that, but all of that there is £45 or $59. If you missed it on Friday, it is your opportunity to pick it up, and it is this week's number 6. This week's number 5, we go back to, well, probably what was one of the best days of the week, wasn't it? It was not Tuesday, Wednesday, or as we now know it, Ben's Day. What a day that was, and to be honest with you, not much left from that day because it was so super popular. However, one of the deals which is left, and this surprises me just a little bit, is our Violet Studio Mega Bundle. Now, I chose this one particularly because A, I love the Violet Studio range, and B, we can always do like massive quantity for a low price, so I wanted to prove that and bring you a mega bundle bag of a little bit of everything from the Violet Studio range. So that is exactly what we did. So for £25 or $35, you are going to get everything within the bag. The first thing I want to show you is this beautiful paper pad. This is the Wildflowers paper pack. So it's 36 single-sided sheets. Up until about maybe a couple of weeks ago, I'd never seen this pad, and it appeared on one of our shows randomly, and I just fell in love with it. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Particularly love this page here where you've got all of those different little florals, which of course you can then snip into, use for smaller projects. If you love things like your scrapbooking, memory albums, all those kind of things, then of course you can use it for that as well. But look at all these beautiful flowers. You've got cornflower, foxglove, pansy, Craig's favourite, echinacea, or cornflower as he calls it, sweet pea, buttercup. I don't even know what that one is. A rudbeckia. I've never heard of that. You've got lavender and forget-me-not in there as well. But then look at all of these other beautiful pages. Loads of like ditzy florals within this set. Absolutely beautiful flowers. And you're getting 36 sheets, 12 designs, 3 sheets of each. Now, alongside that, we'll look at those, snip into those, use those for your borders as well. Alongside that, and I'll delve into the bag and find it in just a second, we've got the matching stickers to go with this as well. So the stickers you could use alongside that within a project, or actually, if I can find them, you could use them, here we go. So these match up perfectly with this pad, so you could then make your project and then either embellish with, or as you're seeing on the back here, use those as an envelope seal. So those come within your bag as well. Also within your bag, you are going to get your lovely 6x6 metallics, so 6 colours in here, and it's that beautiful sort of satin metallic, if you like, brush metallic, some people call this, but it's got that really, really beautiful, expensive feel to it in colours that potentially, we haven't done before. Here at Crafters TV. So a lovely, lovely set of beautiful brushed metallic colours within that set. Then, on top of that, you've got stickers. Again, talk about sharing your craft with the little ones. You might want to do some crafting yourself and then give these to the kids. It's 2 sets of your alphabet and your letters and all of your punctuation as well. I believe there is 97 stickers within each of those packs, but there's tons more as well. You've got photo corners in here, 2 lots of the photo corners actually. So if you like to pop photos onto your projects, maybe you like scrapbooking, memory albums, all those kind of things, then those are going to come into handy for you. More stickers. when it comes to this little sticker book here. So this is your 10-sheet sticker book, loads of cute little sentiments within that, like be happy, you've got love, you've got hey you, hello, party time, thanks, plenty in there, but there's tons more. Do you know what, I'm going to tip this bag over, it's probably just going to be easier to do this. Toppers. One of my favourite collections, and the Violet Studio range is the best in show. We had the pad for this on Ben's Day, and you are going to get the toppers to go with. So it is 26 toppers in total, cute little doggies, paw prints, tags, little bowls, the lot. That is all included. Then on top of that, you're getting ribbon. 5 lots of your ribbon within that bag, all in those beautiful pastel colours. Then you are going to be receiving your enamel dots in there as well. Great for decorating up all your different projects. 214 of those in total. Next up, from the Little Circus collection, if you've ever wanted to create your own little mini scrapbook, you can. 6 by 6 this. That one in there though has got papers, it's got frames, it's got stickers. You just basically pop your little photos in there and create a cute little scrapbook of your memories. Next, Debbie Fisher would love this. They're like little Scrabble tiles, to be honest with you. 200 tiles in there, ready to go. Actually, I think it's more than that. Is it? Yeah, no, it isn't. It's 200 tiles, Ben. You were right first time. Trust yourself. So 200 tiles, really nice for personalising projects and doing home decor as well. If you want to use these in a frame, then of course you can. You've got punches in here as well. 3 beautiful punches, florals, tags and hearts in there. You're also going to be receiving flowers, pre-made. 7 of those in total, which are super cute. What else have we got? There's still 2 other items in here. No, there's 2 others in here. Pom-poms. So again, great for your Easter crafting. Could be your cute little bunny butts. And then last but by no means least, you've got a set of beautiful stamps in there as well. Wood-mounted stamps. So party time, you've got the cake, you've got the candles, and you've also got your presents there as well. It does come with an ink pad too. You can understand why we've titled that a mega bundle. All of that for just £25 or $35. And that is this week's number 5. This week at number 4, the return of the Duet Colour Bloom ink pads. Hadn't seen these for a while, certainly hadn't seen the full collection for a while, and we did get these back for you on, this was on Ben's Day, wasn't it? Yeah, it was one of those amazing collections that I put together for you. What a day that was, what a day. I've heard number 3 could be in the running soon. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Yeah, trilogy. You got to have a trilogy, haven't you? If you've done 2, you've got to have a third one. And they say like usually the second one's not quite as good and the third one is even better. So I mean, if you thought 2 was good, wait till you see number 3, if it happens. This is the full collection, and what is lovely about these, of course, is that you have got that stunning reactive hybrid water-based ink in here, and it is one colour that you lay down. Make sure you get that nice and dry, that first lay down, and then you can start adding your water in, whether you use a paintbrush, whether you're spritzing, whether you're dropping off your fingertips, however you do it, and then that releases that second colour as if by magic. It's such a brilliant, brilliant way for you to be able to create stunning ombre backgrounds. You know, you can use just the one if you like, so the pomegranate, for example, that's kind of like your primary colour. You then apply your water and that secondary colour will come out. I love the fact as well that we've actually put the colours on the side here, so if you are storing these in your ink trays, you know exactly what colour you're reaching for when you pop it out. But yeah, pop these down, add the water, get all of those different colours, mix and match these up, create different colours, because you're going to get 12 in total. So your colours are pomegranate. This one here is that beautiful hellebore. You've got the green and yellow willow river. There you go. That was harder than it should have been. You've got your shoal in there. Also, your pink grapefruit. Next up is your summer bouquet. This is my particular favourite. I really love the orange and yellow of the beautiful pumpkin patch. Next up, if you love your sort of pinks and purples in here, you've got that beautiful rose cloud, and then this one here, which Dee Robb, I know, is her favourite. That is that beautiful dusk orchid. You've got the anemone, the beautiful nebula, and then last but by no means least is the star gazer. All 12 pads in there for an incredible price. Great opportunity to stock up and get those again if you've already got them, because newsflash, yours will run out. If you've never tried them, get them today, £50 or $65, and that is this week's number 4. This week at number 3, we go back to Tuesday for launch party with Debbie once again. It was quite nice actually, because I got to see this next collection for the first time because I missed it on launch. It is the beautiful 8x8 special finish pad. Contains absolutely stunning designs as you're about to see. Think William Morris, but done in beautiful flock style and also UV style. If you've not yet picked this up, you will want to after you've seen this demo from Debbie.
Me and Craig both love doing this technique. Do you know you take strips of paper?
Oh yeah.
And create like, normally I just do a strip one and then put like a sentiment in the middle.
Yeah.
I have to do a bit of a fractured one.
Oh, nice.
So I've got 3, I've got 2 flocked and I've got one of the UVs. And again, it's just divine. And I don't want to use too much of it. So I'm only going to cut myself a couple of inch strips. Now, we had a cracking deal on earlier. I know for anybody that wasn't watching the 60-minute deal shows, where were you?
I know.
Because we had a great deal on the guillotine.
Oh, yeah, we did.
But I just want to cut some inch strips. I'm going to cut 3. Right, I have got some double-sided pearlescent cardstock, and I've cut this to 4.5 by 6.5. And I thought what I'd do is I think I'll start with the strip. Yeah, I'm going to start with that one. I think that just literally, yeah, we're going to start with the middle part. So, blue. Yeah, I'll use my tape pen. I love that idea of the league.
Kind of feels a bit too late in the day now, that's the only thing.
Oh, it'll be fine.
Eh?
It'll be fine.
Yeah. Hilary says, we had a massive spider in the bedroom. I went to sleep in the spare room as we couldn't catch it. My husband put some loo roll on a pole and dangled it on my face. I've never jumped out of bed so quick.
Oh. These are epic. I'm loving these today.
Oh dear.
So I'm going to put now, so I've got like a flocked in the centre, and then I'm going to have the UV, and I'm going to just give it probably 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, we'll go with 1/8 of an inch, roughly. As long as it's even from top to bottom, doesn't really matter.
Faye says, I worked in computer technology for a few years, and when a co-worker went on vacation one time, the rest of us brought in rolls of plastic wrap and wrapped everything in his office in layers and layers of plastic wrap. It took him all day to remove it all when he returned. This is so funny.
Some of it's savage.
It's funny though. Who's going on?
Do not get any ideas in here.
Hey, when's Date going on holiday next? We can wrap his desk up out there.
You wouldn't.
The next person on holiday is Johnny.
Should we do it with Johnny's?
That would be so funny, wouldn't it? On your head be it though. Oh, Jamie's off all next week. Here we go. Here we go. He says he's not going to come back. Oh dear. Funny stuff, guys. Thanks for all the comments. Keep them coming. We will pick a winner of the voucher towards the end of the show as well. Flown over, as I say, this show. It's gone absolutely...
It's absolutely flown by. Again, I tell you, time thieves.
That's it, yeah.
Now, that's the first part. Actually, that looks really
It does look really nice.
That looks really nice
Job
on its
done.
own. But no.
Nope.
No. We're going to pop on, and I'm going to go with the other flocking now. So now, I'm not going to go across. What I'm going to do is take it from, and I'll probably go around there. So I only need a bit. So let me just come in and snip off. And again, I'm just going to use my tape pen. And I'm going to roughly have it as though it's going, yeah, like so.
And Hilary says, I have 3 sets of these. I can see me being far too mean to use them, lol.
Do it this way then.
Yeah, exactly
Just
right.
2 strips, yeah. So, and I think I need to match, so that one, yeah, we'll have a little bit in that corner. So I'll just pop a teeny bit of glue and just add that into there. Just looks so effective, doesn't it? When it starts coming together, it looks really, really effective. I think I might just finish off with a bit because I have got some spare bits down here, and I think rather than cut into all my strips again, let's use the bits that I've got. They've already got glue on them as well, so I think that would look really nice.
And just another one here, just whilst we're watching you, from Jane. This is brilliant. We had a guy in college that worked for the parking enforcement, and he would give you a ticket if you parked crooked in the parking spot. We decided enough was enough. We had the whole dorm popping air-popped popcorn. His roommate borrowed his car keys, and we filled his entire car with popcorn.
You are kidding.
He was not happy, but the ticket stopped.
Wow.
So once you popped, the ticket stopped.
Now, doesn't that look lovely?
It does.
And it's called fractured, so you just fracture. It's just like a fractured one. But then I've got my card base. I've used the same cardstock, so it's double-sided again. It's that lovely ivory one. And again, this is 5x7, so I've just taken a 10. Wait a minute, yes. Yes, Debbie, 10, scored in half and cut it to 7. Then I've got some, and again, I've pinched Jake's, he's not going to mind, he's not going to notice, from the cardstock that we've had on earlier today.
Oh, yeah.
Whoops. It's fine.
That's what you're here for.
Fine. And then all I'm going to do now is put all my mats and layers on. So I'm going to slide that into place. Shall we do another demo like we did yesterday? Vote for demo of the day.
Well, you can do if you want to.
I really enjoyed that yesterday. I know it was only like a bit of fun, and I feel like.
Well, yeah, it's a good point, Nicola, actually, because there was so much love for the first one.
Do you think it'd win?
Well, we could do a quick vote.
Well,
if that's all right with you, Becky.
Is it Becky in charge?
Yeah.
I'm sure she'll be fine.
Becky will be fine.
Becky will be fine.
We've still got to announce, of course, the winner of the voucher as well, which
I
we'll
keep
do.
forgetting about that.
Yeah, shortly. And we will give you time to check out in a bit too.
I'm going to use the cream for the background, and I'm going to use the flocked or the UV for the word.
They are.
What do you think to that?
They are flocked paper pads, Rosalind. You get, well, it's 18 flocked, isn't it, and 18 UV'd.
So which one shall we use? Which one do you think will stand out in Celebrate?
No, maybe, yeah. Oh, Nicola says the middle one.
I'm going with Nicola's choice. Nicola is, after all, the boss.
She is. Da boss.
She is the boss. So we'll go in and we'll cut those down, we'll put those on, and then we'll do... Because I mean, normally I would have used the word with love, but I think Jamie will have... I think he'll down tools if I use it again. Well, you've been told me under no some certain circumstances can I use it. Lily laughs every time I go in with a craft along. Don't tell me. I'm like, no. No. Tell you, I want them bigger.
You do you.
Me do you, yeah. You do you. So let's just take that out, and I'm just thinking, because it's flocked, it might have needed that little bit extra. I'm just going to run that through again. Remember, it's a flocked paper. So I'll tell you what I am going to do. Just going to add... Where have you gone, magnetic? Oh, you're there. Just because it's a specialist paper, it's got flocking into it. And then we'll add that and pop that on, and job's a good one. Yeah. Loving all this on off-the-cuff kind of demoing today. I might have to do it again tomorrow on Ben's Day.
Hey, Ben's Day, yes, you absolutely could. Seeing as it's my day, I think you should do Wing It. Wing It Wednesday. Oh, it's Ben's Day. Wing It on Ben's Day. Make sure you're here for all the shows tomorrow, by the way. We've got deals which relate to each show individually that won't crop up in other shows, so you'll need to shop the whole day, basically. And there are some fabulous deals, darling. And
I've heard.
another secret sale.
Have we?
Yeah.
When did that get?
When I organised it.
I was going to say, you kept that quiet.
I did mention it earlier.
Did you?
Yeah, there's going to be a special word which unlocks a part of the website which nobody else will know about unless they watch the show. And it's going to be another one of our 10 items for £10. And when I say that, I don't mean there's 10 items that are £10 each. I mean 10 items for £10. And I can tell you that
10 items. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
10 items for £10.
Yeah, and I can tell you that I've seen some of the items tomorrow retail at £16.99.
Shut the front door.
I will not.
Wow.
Yes. We're going all out tomorrow. All out with a big bang.
I love it when they let you run loose, you know.
The problem
I'm
is
looking forward to it because I feel like I missed out big time when Sarah hogged you. Now then, let's have a little debate. Bottom, right, left, middle?
Right in the middle.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And do you know what? I'm not going to add anything else. It does not need it at all. And there you go. Little fractured card using your strips from your flocked and your UV, and then just a nice, lovely sentiment in the centre. There you go.
This week's number 2 had to be something Eastery in there, really, didn't it? With Easter very much on the horizon. And this week at 2, it is the amazing Easter treat boxes. You've seen lots of demos with these, I think, over the last few weeks, but we had another fantastic demo back on Tuesday on Wake Up Call with Debbie Robinson. And here's that demo.
Let's just have a little look. Now, this is what this is all about, this Easter treat boxes. It's the stencil, and I say stencil, it's the template, sorry, the template that creates the bag. And you can see it, I mean, it's a really nice size bag as well, and options where you can shorten it or lengthen it with this tab here. So that's your template. Then you've got your dies, and your dies are what are going to create all the magic. And when I say the magic, if I just flip reverse it, you can see you've got your chick, your little lamb. Oh. Super cute. And then your Easter bunny or your bunny. Oh, to be fair, this could be for any occasion, any kids' party. These could be party bags. It doesn't necessarily have to be Easter, because I know we associate those particular animals with Easter, but I think that's a gorgeous little treat box template to use across any of your collections. Use that template to create these style boxes with ease. Use the dies with them to create the Easter treat bags, but there's so much versatility in there. Now, I will show you the my cheats way of doing this. Now, I've got a 12 by 12. Now, we'll just grab a piece of A4 cardstock to show you, because I had this a lot. When I was at the NEC, people were asking me, does it fit onto A4 cardstock? So I'm just going to bring it in just to show you. Now, on A4 cardstock, if I just lift it up, can you see to the very top? There is a little bit here where it overhangs. If you follow your template around with this at the very top and this at the bottom, this doesn't matter, because this is your tabs, this is your flaps, this is the bottom part of the box. It doesn't matter if it's got a little tad shorter. So you can absolutely use Keith's cardstock.
Yeah?
Yeah, that'd look fabulous.
Would look nice.
A dazzling, proper dazzling holographic bag if you wanted to, and have a nice little disco bag there. But it will fit onto all your A4. The only reason I'm choosing a 12 by 12 is because I wanted a yellow template box, and I couldn't find a yellow sheet in A4. So this is the way that you can do it. Now, normally you would place this on and you would take a pencil. So you grab a pencil and you are going to draw around that template, popping all the markings in. You don't have to have these on if you don't want them, because if you want to keep it just with a box with a magnetic clasp or a Velcro, not Velcro, what's it called? Hook and loop. You could use the hook and loop. And then this would be where you put all your score lines, and you could draw that template out. However, I like an easy way of doing this. So I'm going to use my Gemini 2 machine to do that,
yes.
okay? So I'm actually going to just trim that down. I'll probably do that a little bit neater in a second, but just to cut that down, because obviously that's bigger than A4, and I've popped some tape onto it. and a lot easier for me because I want to get a lot of these bags banged out. Banged out? That's not the right terminology.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, banged out. Is that all right?
Yeah, a lot of...
Knock them out?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds even worse.
Bang them out.
Get them done. Yeah, get them done. And now what you'll see, and I don't know if we can show you, but you've got like an embossed feature into there. I wonder if it shows up on camera, Jamie. You might be able to tell. It's difficult.
Yeah, I can see that.
Can you see it? Yeah?
Yeah.
You will see it, and I'll show you why. Oh, yes, you can. There you go. Absolutely. Always tricky with studio lights. But what you just need to do now is just make sure that again, you could use scissors or guillotines. And again, I'm going to use my guillotine because I like to make things nice and easy for myself. So I'm going to bring the guillotine in and I'm going to take that through there and line that up. And then I've just cut, I'll just do one more because I've just fraction out. There we go. Oh, I think we need a new guillotine, guys, or we need to, because it's self-sharpening, but I think because we use this 24/7, the bottom bit needs just a little attention. But again, we're not going to worry because we've got all the markings in. The only thing we need to do now, and when I say all the markings are in, Ben, they're even in to the fact that they are scored as well. So these score as well. But before we do that, I want to just take out, using those score lines, and it's almost like an invisible pencil. So again, I'm just going to trim those pieces out, following that score line. And I'll do the same up at the top as well. And it's a really, really, I mean, a really cool hack, but a very simple one that allows you to not have to take an eraser out and rub all your pencil marks out. It means you don't have to get your scoring tool or your scoreboard because all of those have been embossed into the cardstock, which makes for a really nice, quick, easy way of creating the template in an instant.
Yeah.
So again, I'm just gonna pop those in. I think that, oh, there's just one more just down there. Let's get rid of that one. There we go. So I'll get rid of all those pieces. And now you can see the shape taking shape. And all you do is get your bone folder, because you're not having to put those lines in because they've been embossed into there. Just to show people how easy it is to do this. I did show the pencil method as well, but I did it versus, and you can see the difference in terms of time. This, you have an option now of keeping that upright, as in like solid, or you can fold that down, and you can fold this either into the box for double strength, what's the word there I'm looking for? Reinforcement, thank you very much, Jamie. Also, it allows me to see where I've gone a bit wonky with me cut in the centre, but oh, we're okay. Or you could flip it that way as well. So you've got choices in which way you can have that box, and that just creates that little flap. I actually like to have a tall box. And did anybody get the punches, the flower punches?
Yes.
So this is another little ack.
Ack, yep.
The small one that does the stamen.
Yeah.
You can actually use to create your hole punch. And if you want to do double, just double it over and do it together. However, that's if you was doing that bag where you're threading through both. I'm not, because that's what I've just done at the top.
Yeah.
The centre bits, these little middle bits, can you see these? You're just going to, and I just use my, because I've got long nails, but you can take your bone folders again. The small one works better. I just don't know where the small one's gone. Mine's gone out my bag. Again, I must have gone through about 10 of those. And then you're just teasing that into that shape, okay? And again, just take your time with that little bit. That's when you could actually get your scoring boards out and reinforce that if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But I think I'm okay. I think I'm all good to go.
It's a great hack to try as well. Robin has just said, I'll have to try this. I hate drawing around templates with my shaky hands. So if you do have dexterity issues, it's a great option.
Honestly, it's exactly it. And that's how you would get your bag, put your bag together. So we'll just pop some tape down it. So I'm going to pop some red liner tape just onto the side there. And then we'll start decorating it in a second. So let me just bring in my, there we go, burnish. Let's poke it all, where have you gone? Put you back in my bag. Any tape will work with this, any glues, like your tape pens, strong tape pens, finger lift tape. I'm just trying to get underneath the red liner tape. There we go, that's better. And then you're going to fold that, and this is another, I just literally fold that down flat and then line that up.
Is red liner tape your go-to though?
It is when it comes to construction.
Right.
I think I say that I am like a broken record when I talk about it. But for construction, especially depending on what you're putting into the bag, just means that you've got a little bit of extra strength. And I'll use tape pen for this, just to put these down. So let me just grab my, I forgot to get my tape pen out. Hang fire. There we go. So I'm just going to pop some tape onto those two side flaps first, taking care not to get it onto the mat. And then I'm going to put one of the tabs down. Just square off that bottom as well, okay?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to put a little bit of tape just onto there too. And again, I'm just going to square that off, pop that down, and I'm just going to put inside a little bit of pressure just to seal that. I am going to strengthen my bottom though, because I am going to put on a little tab, and that's roughly around 3.5, wait a minute, is it 3.5? Can never remember now. Yeah, about 3.5 by 1 3/4, and I'm just going to strengthen that. I'm just going to get my bag into shape though and push those down again, and then we'll start to decorate. There we are. And then tape onto the bottom. And then we're going to choose which character we're going to play with.
Lamb.
Yes, you read my mind, Mr. Mosley.
Larry
read
Lamb.
my mind.
Babsy
Larry
says,
the Lamb.
Larry the Lamb. Babsy says, ever since I saw this hack on Crafters TV, this is the only way I do it. I've made a lot of Love Heart candy boxes this way. Went so much quicker and nothing to erase.
Yes, and it's neater, it's cleaner. Like I said, if you've got dexterity problems, it just makes it so much easier. For me, that's why I choose this method every time.
Yeah.
I didn't apologise once when I was showing people at the show, because I know a lot of people have got those boxes. There was a lady that hadn't got a die cutting machine. She bought a little mini for the dies, because they all go through the mini, and she just did not with the googly eyes, let me just tell you. But yeah, she bought some cardstock, and she's going to draw around them. She thought it were a lovely idea to get her kids into crafting, and I thought that were a lovely idea too. So that's the box part put together, and like I said then, we're just going to take our dies. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use, of course, it is the sheep. Got a little fluffy tail as well.
Did you say where the yellow card came from, Robin's asking?
It came from a pad that I had in the studio, and it was the textured cardstock. That's the pastels.
Yeah.
Not sure if there's still any online. You're more than welcome to check out, but we've got lots of 12 by 12 paper pads that it will cover. So yeah, absolutely. So I'm just going to get all my little characters off.
Said this previously, it's such a lovely set to craft with the kids with, isn't it?
It is.
Because it's Easter. The kids break up a week on Friday.
It's soon, yeah. It's very soon, yeah.
For 2 and a bit weeks. So this would be a lovely kit to get crafting with them, ready for Easter, which is the 20th this year, isn't it? 20th of April.
Is that when it is? I know I'm here on Good Friday, which is the 17th, I want to say.
18th.
18th? Is it the 18th?
Yeah.
Why did I think it was the 17th?
I don't know.
That's bizarre.
I just know this year because George's birthday is the 19th, and that's on the Saturday, and then Easter Sunday is the 20th, obviously.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's bizarre, isn't it? Do you know what I don't get? Why does it change every year? I've never really understood. While you've got this in place, just get an ink. So I inked mine through. You can emboss that, but I used an ink and inked it through just to create the little, do you know, the extra little detail onto there.
Yeah.
I actually think they make nice little fluffy clouds as well, that one, if you don't use the embossed detail. Shall I bring in all the rest? Because I've already die cut most of these pieces. Now, we're going to decorate. So let's bring in front piece and the back piece. Now, shall I use glue? No, we use tape pen. We'll do it for speed. Let's just come in quick. And we know it's super strong glue because, as you've seen many a time, I stick myself to the panels. Oh dear. So we're going to decorate the front and the back. Let's do that side as well.
Lots of love for the project coming in. Love the yellow, says Brenda. Colleen's joined us saying good morning to Ben and Debbie, watching from Florida. And hello to Teresa Campbell as well, who's joined us from Illinois.
Illinois.
Yeah.
Right, so let's bring in my little cute character. So we're going to add, oh, do you know what? I want to sparkle him up. Oh, could I sparkle him up with a bit of glitter? I think I could, couldn't I?
Yeah.
Well, I've got some glitter. Just thinking, how can I attach my glue on? Probably just rub it round with my fingers, wouldn't I? A brush would work.
Yeah.
Or an applicator.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to mess an applicator up though. I know I ain't got a glitter applicator. I wonder if I could make one. Well, we might as well. Look at Ben's face. It's like, really, Debbie? Really? Look, Tracy's not here anymore. It's okay. That's all I'm going to say. She ain't here.
Jake's not bothered.
Jake is definitely a soft touch.
Dab a bit of glue on and
That's
chuck a load of glitter on it.
Chuck a bit of glitter, yeah. We'll see how it works. If it don't work, it's absolutely fine. Oh, now then, spare piece of cardstock, Debbie, yeah, well, usual. Have that one. And let's sprinkle away. Just rub that in.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, that'll work.
There we go.
That'll work. Little bit of sparkle on
Sparkly
there.
sheep. Nice.
Looks like little smiley faces.
Does
it
look like little smiley
the clouds?
faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops, I need to get this back in. Uh-oh, I didn't think of that one with a fan on. Oops. Get you straight back in. There we go. I don't know where this glitter's come from, actually. Just on sides. Somebody must have left some lying around somewhere. Right, clear my mess up while I'm at it. Right, so let's bring in little facial features. Oh, I should have fluffed his tail up with glitter.
Oh, never mind.
Oh,
never mind.
Never mind. Do you know what I'll do? I'll do that later. I'm going to pop a little foam pad. Foam pads, there you are. In fact, let me use my little circular ones again. Oh, you don't want to come off today. That's because it's warm in here today. It is very warm in this studio.
I nearly went with a jumper today. Thank goodness I didn't.
I know. I can take it off. Probably will do later as the day goes on. So we'll have that on the back.
Yeah.
And let's stick his little tail on. Yeah, it's so cute. And little facial feature as well. So we'll have his, oh God, this is so cute. Put you down there. Oh, look, lashes. I'm missing mine.
Missing your lashes?
Yeah, got my lashes on at the minute. My technician, she's moved. She's. Oh, I've stuck. Trust me, I've stuck that on the wrong way around. What are you like, Debbie?
Never mind.
I could have a
one up, one down.
Shall we? Yeah.
Little winking lamb.
Yeah, my technician's moved premises, so I've got to wait until she reopens, which is not until next week. How very dare she? So I've got no lashes on at the minute. So feeling very bare. It's a girl thing, Ben, it's a girl thing.
It's funny that you always chat about this in here, but it's not something that I really deal with my good lady, because lashes she doesn't have done, nails she doesn't have done, ever.
Does she not?
She's never ever done, no.
She never wanted to?
No.
Oh. I've just, since Tash were a baby, I've had nails. Because people often say to me, how do you craft with those on? I'm like, very easily. Very, very easily. So I'm going to put his little ears, because then when I lift, and I'm going to put some foam pads just onto there as well. Oh my God, it is super, super cute. So super cute. It's divine. I love this set. Definitely going to, I've got kids coming round next week, and we're definitely going to make some Easter treat boxes with them.
They'll absolutely love this.
Oh, they will. And the fact that they can use Nanan's machine, because I'll let them use the mini.
Even if it's not just creating the bags, they can create like little toppers for cards as well, can't they? So
Exactly. They love getting creative. You ought to see my little Mother's Day card from them. Oh.
Did you post that?
Oh, I haven't. You know, I haven't. I probably will. Mind you, know, it's a bit late today, but I didn't really post much on Mother's Day. I posted a little picture of myself doing my pottery painting, which I thoroughly enjoyed.
Oh, yes.
Let's just pop that. In fact, let me just make sure that comes down over. And then the last thing I want to add. Right, I'm just going to thread now my ribbon through. And like I said, you've got choices on how you have yours. I want a tall bag, so that's why I've gone for the tall one. I do like a tall bag. But I love the fact that this is a template that you can use. Like I said, yeah, you've got the dies here for these characters, but think about all the other things that you've got in your crafty stash that you could be making your bags with very simply and very easily.
Yeah.
And then Debbie can't get the last bit of, there we go. Do you know? Oops. It's one thing having nails, but it's one thing being able to thread things. There we are, that's better. That's better.
There you go.
Do you know what also looks nice? I was thinking, do you know the Hoppy Easter pad?
Yeah.
The Violet Studio. Do we still have it in stock?
The smaller one, whatever size that one is,
Do we have the 12 by 12 one?
I think that's out of stock.
Oh, what a shame. If you've got it though, what great paper's in there to be able to create your bags with. Love that idea. So I'm just going to tie that. Let's just put my bow back a little bit. Oh, actually, I'm quite happy with that. So, there you go. Lovely. And those I'm going to put onto there was like a little sentiment, winky face. And then I've popped on the back the cute little tail as well. So, yeah, absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous treat boxes used in multiple ways. That's just the way that we intended it to be. Once you've got it home, you're going to be able to create lots of different things with it, I can assure you.
And this week's number one, the Tiny Treasures collection. We had this actually on Monday Makers. And again, it was one of those collections that I launched, but then hadn't seen for quite a while. So it was lovely to kind of delve back into this. A set perfect if you're looking for new baby cards, obviously, but there's lots in that collection as well that you will use outside of those sort of projects. And we go back to Monday on Monday Makers with Debbie to see her demo with this set.
So the things that I'm going to be using for this one in the collection, the Tiny Treasures, I'm using the rainbow cutting dies. I am going to use the mini alphabet. Alongside that, because I'm going to personalise this, and this is what I love about this, not only is it a lovely alphabet, but you can personalise it with your numbers as well, and your ordinals on there as well with your stamps. And I'm also going to use the sun and clouds. So I've got the mini alphabets, the small numbers, the sun and clouds, the rainbow set, and we're going to take a sheet out of this beautiful paper pad as well. So they're all the items that I'm going to be using for this particular demo. I think I'll start with the rainbow. Love this rainbow die.
Yes, cute.
It is absolutely. The only thing I have to try and remember is the colours of the rainbow. I have a little method.
Oh yeah.
So my little saying is Richard of York gave battle in vain,
yes,
which means red, orange, and that's how I do it. Richard of York, yellow. So that's how in my head I do that. And I think I followed it as far as I could get with the allowance of the dyes.
Yes.
So I've gone for a red as the outside. If I'm very frugal, I'll be able to get away with, that'll be fine. I've just used some coloured cardstock, and I've just chosen cardstock that I had literally around in my bit box, just to get this started. So we'll go with the next colour, which will be the orange. Then we've got a bit of yellow, so we'll, I'll chop all these down. So Richard of York gave the green, and that'll be that one. Battle. This is how I always do it to myself.
It's a good way to remember it.
It is, although I didn't have any indigo or anything, so I've gone with pink. Will you let me off with that?
That'll do, won't it?
Because that is fine. It's fine, isn't it? You're going to let me off with that little piece. Now, what I do love about these is all of these dies will fit into your Gemini Mini.
Aha,
so
yes.
Really another good one, and I am just literally taking all of these down, just chipping into them.
And like you said, like great scrap buster as well.
Oh
isn't
yeah,
it?
absolutely. Use all your scraps, and I know you'll have them because I know I've got them. I have a lot of them in my boxes.
Yeah.
Notice I said plural there because that's exactly what you end
How
up
many
with when
boxes?
you refuse to throw. I daren't tell you. In fact, that's a story for another time. But there you go. So let's get all of those. Now, because I am going to use my mini, I was going to say then. I will be using my mini, but because I've got a fair few on the alphabet, the rainbow, sorry, I'm going to put these onto my Gemini 2 plates. So let's just pop all of those onto there. There we go. And
That's a great thing, isn't it? So if you've got the bigger plates, you can load loads on, but if you've only got a mini, like you said, they'll all go through individually, won't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And do you know what I think I might do? I might, at the same time, well, while it's going through, I might as well. Let me grab out the clouds and the sun. I think I'll be able to get those on. And I have got another scrap of the yellow, so let's come in and use... Yeah, I think I might be pushing it a bit more, trying to squeeze any more on there. So I'll just be a little bit on the watery side, though, although I keep saying that. I think I could get that on there. Yeah, of course you can, Debbie. Of course you can. Why not? Let's do it. Let's squeeze that on. And I'll get some tape to hold that down into place.
So you take all of those down, yeah?
Yeah, now if you are using... I've lost my tape. Well, there we go. I'll just put my tape in. Yes, I would tape all those down. You could use things like your magnetic shim and hold them down with your magnetic shim. But because I've got my tape at the side of me, I think I'm just going to use my tape. So let's just come in and pop all of those down. I think I've been a bit... I could have saved a little bit more of that one, but it's fine, it's fine. Yeah, so you've got choices. If you want to hold it down, you would just hold your magnetic shim a different way. In terms of, you'd put your cutting plate, your plastic shim, your magnetic shim, the dies the other way around, the cardstock on the top. Problem that I have with that method is I can't see where I'm cutting. Yeah. So I prefer this method, and low-tack tape. We all know there is a lot of low-tack tape on each reel, and you're getting 3 if you were buying a packet of it. Yes. So for me, it's... I think it's just the preferred method that I prefer to do. Just saw that then. Did you see that hanging off the page? Oh, no, now then, have a little look. Yeah. Think I'm okay. You're good. I'm good to go. That'll do. Oh, my goodness me. And we'll run those through the Gemini machine. So we've got a fair few things there. The only thing I need to do is the clouds, and I might just run those through my Gemini Mini. All of them, like I said, will fit through there, including the rainbow. The rainbow will fit through there. Yeah. You just put each one on individually. But yeah, this is when we'll start to build up our rainbow. So I'm going to take all those off. I know this is a set making cards, you know, for little ones, but especially with the way that you're using this with the rainbows, I can imagine the little ones having fun making cards with you with this set. Yeah. It looks like a fun set to craft for the kids with as well. Absolutely. It is. It's good. It just brings a smile to your face, doesn't it, this one? There's little release holes as well at the back of each of the dies if you're thinking how I'm going to get all of those out. But I promise you, it's very easy to do. They're, like I said, each die has a release part as well. This one's got like a little decorative part to it, so it cuts away tiny little love hearts. It's super sweet. I love that one. Push those there. I'll put it in order, and then we'll stick each one of those down. Yep. There we go, and I'll pop that on. And then I think we're at the blue stage for the next one. Yes, we are. And then the last one will be the pink one. Oh, it's there. I just wondered what release over that for that one was. Let's just put that on there. And then last little pink rainbow. Oh, it would be like indigo if you was following the proper colour code of the rainbow. Let's just pop that into that section, and that goes in the tiny centre as well. So all of those built up, and we'll stick all of those down in a second. I'm just going to move all my dies and all my scrap pieces out of the way. I'm coming in with my sun. I love this one. I think it's absolutely fabulous. So you can cut the full piece out. If you wanted to create a shaker card, which I've done before in the past, you just pop that inner die in. I wanted to create 2 pieces because I'm going to stick a little face in that one as well. But you can use that in between there, and that will cut out. So you've got 2 choices there. But I am going to come in and let me just move those out of the way. I'll bring in my little Gemini Mini. Yep. Oops, that way, Debbie, that way. There we go. And I'll bring in a couple of the clouds because I want a couple of the clouds on there as well. So we'll use the clouds. Now, just need a scrap of white cardstock. I think I've got some there. We'll use that one. And just chop that down as well. I'm going to come back to that white cardstock in a minute though, because I'm going to make my rainbow a little bit easier to manage and to stick down too. So let's just run those through. And then I'm going to do a little bit of inking around the edges of those to give them a little bit of definition. You could, of course, use them white if you wanted to use them just as plain white ones, but I am going to add a little bit of ink around the outside. So I think that's all my die cutting elements for now.
Okay.
I'll put those to one side. I'm going to get rid of all my scraps. I'll put my rainbow away in a second, put all those onto there. And then I'm going to bring in this scrap piece of white, and what I'm going to do is, move you out of the way, I'm going to stick each one of those down. All right, so I'll use, oh no, actually, let's bring in the glue, and I'll pop my glue down. Onto the back, you could use your dotty tape pen.
Yeah.
I wouldn't use your solid.
No.
And the only reason I say that is because, obviously, if you're using solid, let me just get that there.
They're too thin, aren't they, really?
Yeah, and what will happen is that the glue will, it'll probably come out at the edges, and it tends to ruin your projects then. So for me, tacky glue all the way with this one, and then just seal that down. And I'm going to do the same with the next one, and I'm going to leave a gap in between.
I suppose, again, the advantage of using tacky is you've got that extra wiggle time, haven't you?
You have, yeah. So if you lay it down wrong,
yeah,
you've got a bit of time to get it, to move it, to get, you know, to get. Do you know what I mean? If you pull this into, it gives you time.
Yes.
Just to get it into position, and then of course it grabs hold. That's the nature of tacky. I tell you what I'll use. I might use. Where have they gone? There they go. My little tweezers. That might help me a little bit better. There we go. Oops, interlinking then into the little love heart space.
What's that yellow? Is that got little die cuts within the
Yeah, it's got
rainbow?
little love hearts.
Oh, that's super cute.
Yeah, it's really, really cute, that one.
Yeah.
And again, just popping that down until I'm ready for where it needs to go in position. I'll just hold that, let the tacky glue take hold. And then I think it's the green one next into it. Yeah, Richard of York gave. Green, yep. Did you have any different ways of?
There was another one, wasn't there? I'm trying to think what it was. But I think the most common one is the one that you've said.
It was the only way I could remember it, Colours at Rainbow.
Yeah.
And it's stuck with me ever since. Ever since, stuck with me.
Because the rainbow song doesn't really work, does it?
You what?
The rainbow song doesn't really work.
The rainbow?
Red
No.
and yellow and pink and green, purple and orange and blue.
No, yeah. I can sing a rainbow. Yeah, it don't work.
No, this is the way.
Well, for me it is.
Yeah.
It's the way I've taught myself.
Even though we don't have the indigo this time.
Well,
Wow.
it was the closest one I could get to an indigo colour. That's why you're going to let me off, aren't you? It's the closest one.
Absolutely. And Debbie, producer's just asking what you're putting your glue bottle in.
Oh, so it's the Debbie Fisher.
It's the top of a
The Debbie Fisher top of a bottle of water. And just chopped off. And that makes a great little glue.
Yeah.
So mine was pimped up by lovely Sam from the Evesham store.
Yeah.
It's lost a lot of its elements, but I still carry mine. This is the studio one, which I know Debs will have done. I call it the studio one. We've got them all over the building, let me tell you. It's a good little holder, isn't it? I think Craig uses does he use an egg cup?
I thought that was the studio one, if I'm being honest. The egg cup was, but that must be Craig's then.
I don't know. Do you know, there's that many different, I've seen so many different variations of it.
And the reason you have it like that is just to stop it clogging, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Right, so pop them down. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little scissors. In fact, let me just grab, I'll use those scissors. It gave me a base to put them down onto, so I'm just going to now cut around there.
Yep.
So if I cut around, it gives me a nice solid base, and I'm just following the die cut element. There we go.
That's really cute.
And it just gives me a nice base to work from, and
Yeah.
I'm just going to trim off the edge there. There we are. So I now got a nice little rainbow to be, and that's going to take centre stage in my card. So I'm going to bring my card base in just for a second.
Yeah.
So I've taken a card base and it measures, if I remember rightly, it was 5 3/4 by 6 1/4, because I don't tend to use card bases because I can make my own envelopes. So
Yeah.
I make any kind of card styles. It doesn't really matter, to be honest, but I fancied a different change. Whoops, Debbie would have helped to unscrew the glue. So we'll pop all that glue on. This is a bit of matte black cardstock with white cardstock to create a first frame. Don't you fall over, you stay there. So I'm just going to pop that in. And then I'm going to hold that down. In fact, let me just open that up. And hold that into place. And then this one, I've just popped some foam pads. So it's matte black cardstock, and it's one of the sheets out of the 6 by 6. And I do like the little Easter bunnies, that I call them the Easter bunnies because they look like a little Easter bunny, but they're actually perfect, a little super cute, and just trim that down.
Hey, that's a good shout though again, isn't it? We use it for Easter collections, why not?
Well, yes, absolutely. Absolutely, why not? And I've just put some foam pads onto the back of there, because I'm going to give it like that centre, almost like a little centre lift stage. Oh, do you know it didn't want to come off, that one? There we go. You will come off. There we are. That's it, all those done. And that's going to sit into, if I just make sure I've got that lined up properly before I actually stick that down. Yes, you have. I'm just going to pop that into the centre.
Beautiful.
There we go. Now, on me, this one, I've already put some foam pads onto the back, so that's going to sit in the centre first, and then we'll work around there, because we have got our little clouds and our sunshine, but I'm not quite finished with those yet. So I'm going to just pop me around the middle of there.
Nice. Are you going to stamp the little faces on the clouds?
Well, I'm going to bring in inks first.
Okay.
So I've got my clouds. So I've got my 2 clouds. I've got ocean blue and honey pot.
Nice.
My little finger daubers.
Yep.
And we're just going to come around the outside of the sun. Got to give it an extra bit. It feels like it gives it an extra lift, an extra bit of pop.
Bit of dimension.
Bit of dimension. Why not? Why not? I'll do the same with the little face. That can go around there.
Oh, yeah.
And then the same with the clouds, so just pop that there for a second. Take the cloud, and I'm just using the ocean blue. Any blue will do, just you can just tickle around the edge.
Yeah.
Literally, that's all I wanted to do. Again, gives it a little pop, and not as stark as white, although there's nothing wrong with white on its own, because obviously that's the majority of the clouds, white fluffy clouds.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to pop that around the outside.
Nice.
And then I'm going to pop some foam pads. Now I've gone for the little circular ones for these, so because we do lots of different foam pads in our stash, but I'm going to actually just pop a couple of foam pads at the back of my clouds. In fact, I'll put another one in there. There's enough for 2. Oops, not to your finger, Debbie, not to your finger. Just lost the stickiness off there. There we go, that'll be better. There we are, pop them in. Now I've got a few clouds because we're going to put more than a couple on there. And my face, actually, you've got your little stamp set. So if I just bring that in for a second. Now they are not in the they're not in the packet, so I don't know where they are. But you do have what I call the little downward smile. Yeah. As in downward with a coy looking. Or shy, demure.
Quite
demure.
Cool. Very demure, very mindful.
Yeah. Oh yes, that's the saying, isn't it, these days with the kids? Then you've got the happy smiley face.
Yep.
And then my favourite, the little winky one.
Yeah.
However, I did go with the demure. So I've gone with the demure one.
Yeah.
There, look at her. All demure. And I'm just going to pop that into the centre. I keep dropping everything. I've got all sorts underneath the desk today. I don't know what's going off. I think it's some kitchen towel now under there. I'll promise I'll tidy it up afterwards, but doesn't that look super cute? So I'm going to pop my little, do you know what do you know what? I've just heard producer Johnny.
Does look like that.
I kept saying, do you know that die, you could cut do you know, get your little miniature photo prints?
Yeah.
Would look
And put
super
little,
cute.
like little baby face on there.
Super, super cute, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did producer
He said you could put his face on there.
Of course.
Yeah, just scare the new babies.
Yeah, why? Well, yeah, we could do that, Johnny, absolutely.
Could we?
We're not going to scare babies away, though.
Well,
We
I
won't
don't know
scare
about that.
babies
Johnny's
away.
face on it. So you could put it on there and put it above the fire, keep the kids away from the fireplace, wouldn't it? I love him, really.
Dear.
He's got a very beautiful face, producer Johnny.
He has, hasn't
Hasn't
he?
he, eh?
He has.
He is always smiling. He's the happiest man in Crafters Companion Towers.
Now then, I've just realised I forgot. I'm thinking, it's not sticking down. That's because you haven't took the foam pad off the back, Debbie, for goodness sake. Oh. Right, so pop that there, okay, and then, we're going to personalise it. When I say personalise it, I've used the the alphabets and the numbers, and I have actually, because there's a little 3 today, although I realised he's 4. Debbie, what are you doing? So my little nephew.
Oh.
He's 4, he's not fit. Shall I cut another one out?
I mean, you could do.
I could do.
Or you could just do it later. You could just put today.
Oh, yeah, I could. Mind you, no, because I'm going to be sticking my 4 on it. Take me 2 minutes, she says. This is how quick and easy it is. Trust me. I thought in my head, I thought 2 or 3.
Debbie's making out that she didn't do this on purpose, but obviously she did, showing you the speed, how quickly you can use the Mini for all of your projects. Simplicity
without the electricity. Yes, absolutely. Yes, if Elijah's washing, well, she won't be. He's more into dinosaurs than Crafters TV.
Right.
But yeah, he's 4.
Not 3.
It was his birthday and I forgot to send a card, so this is going to be Auntie Debbie's way of making up for it, she says. And so we're going to pop on, and I think I'll just, do you know what? I need to place this. I might
When's
place
his birthday?
It was on Saturday.
Oh.
But I was working.
Oh.
I was working. So
That's all right. Better late than never.
Well, that's what I say, and I'm going with his little Prezi. I've got him a little dinosaur seesaw.
A dinosaur seesaw?
A dinosaur seesaw, because he's into dinosaurs, you see.
Ah.
So, yeah, so... But he's not 3, Debbie. He's 4. Must remember these things. I'll straighten that up in a second.
So cute in the lower case. Those colours are great as
yeah,
well.
Honestly,
Matching with your rainbow.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm just going to put that up. I just wanted to get that placement before I actually stuck those down. And that's the come on. That's the beautiful thing. Once I'm happy with where the placement is, then I will stick it down.
Commit to the stick.
While it's like, yeah, commit to the stick. You remembered.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
I'm a fountain of knowledge.
You are. And I want to make sure as well it's straight. Which I think. Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Oh, get back down, Mr. A.
Have you stuck your 4?
No.
Oh.
Thank you. So just pop that down there. Now, commit to the stick, Debbie. Whoops.
I quite like where the 4 is.
Do you like it? Just hide it underneath.
Yeah.
Should I do that?
I quite like that.
Or should I have it over the cloud?
Maybe over the cloud, on the cloud.
Oh.
Yeah.
On the cloud. Yeah, we'll do it on the cloud. There we go. And then, shall I have it skew with?
Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Nice.
Yeah. We'll do that.
Perfect.
Oh, did you hear what Sam picked up on
letters
then?
are in rainbow order. We did it on
Richard of
purpose.
York gave battle in.
Obs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I did actually say that about 3 minutes ago for anyone that was listening, but no one ever listens to me.
And there you have it. So Elijah, if you're watching, that's coming over to you for your birthday, who is for the other day, but it's today.
Thank you everybody so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the show and have managed to pick up a few bargains. I'm off tomorrow, back in Tuesday, but the lovely Craig is in with Debbie for what is going to be another fantastic day. So whatever you're doing, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Craig and Debbie will see you tomorrow, and I'll see you Tuesday. Bye for now.